Hi.
Hey, Annie, how are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for taking the time with me.
My pleasure. My pleasure. What part of the country is your accent from?
Birmingham, Alabama.
I thought it might be down there in that neck of the woods.
Well, and you were raised in Kentucky, weren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. Hey, you've not lost any of the accent.
I can lose it when I want to, but most of the time I have to use it professionally. So, it doesn't matter so much anymore.
Understood. Young Sheldon is such a funny, great little show. It really is.
Thank
Um, it seemed like season five focused more on the other members of the family rather than, just specifically on Sheldon's problems. Will we get into that still in season six?
Yes, as you know, when we left off last, Georgie and his girlfriend had discovered that they were expecting a baby, and Georgie and Meemaw were left in a jail in Mexico. So that gives us a great jumping off point for this season. Um, so yes, I think you can expect. I mean, the fun of it, just as Big Bang did. You start building the world, and it gets peopled by interesting characters, and so it expands and becomes more.
Yeah. Ian's 14 now, and
Mhm.
Reagan really impresses me too as a natural born actor. Has it been interesting watching them sort of grow up?
Oh, it seems to have happened so fast too. I mean, they were just so tiny when they were 9, and they they're small human beings. Both of them, their mom and dads are uh, are smallish people, and so they were smallish children. And then all of a sudden, they were like big, big as me, because Reagan and Ian are both as tall as me now, 5'4".
He's got, well, over the years, he's had some difficult, really, lines and words to speak. What,
That
it
doesn't bother him at
doesn't phase him at
no,
all?
no.
Does he have some sort of a secret way of remembering, or?
He's really bright,
Yeah.
and he's
Wow.
a natural born actor. He's just I mean, he memorizes them like this. He looks at it and he's got it.
Wow.
Some people have that.
Yeah, yeah. Had you ever watched The Big Bang Theory when you got the part of Mimo?
I was not a Big Bang watcher. Um, Sort of not my generation. Um, uh, when I started this show, I watched it a few times just to see, if there was something I needed to know about what had gone before me. But that's in a galaxy far, far away for me. And it was just a clean page to start on. Um, so
Was there any particular inspiration for Mimo?
well, I didn't have to look much further than my mother's backyard. Uh, uh, I know a lot of Southern women like Meemaw, and she's while my mother was a little bit different, the flavor is the same. And um, I know a lot of Southern women, and I love them, and they are fun, and they are fun to play.
What was it like working with Reba? along the same lines.
Yes, double the fun. He's just all kinds of fabulous. I love her. She's got a new show now. I'm so thrilled for her. Although I miss her on our show, but I'm glad she's doing that. There's nothing she can't do, you know.
Yeah, I think you're talking about Big Sky.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching it. That's one of the shows I watched, and all of a sudden she popped up. I didn't realize she was going to be on there, but looks like she's going to be a regular.
It's great.
What's the chemistry for y'all off screen? It's such great chemistry on screen. Are you guys friends, or do you?
Reba and me?
No, the cast. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah, we're all friendly, and we all kind of live in the same neighborhood close to the studio. So yeah, we're pretty tight, and we it's a very sweet set to be on because the children were so little when we started, and it I mean it's not like they had to make an announcement, but everybody went out of their way to make it a positive and fun experience for the children, um, because it's not normal for little children to be working like that and have all that responsibility. So
Mhm.
we sort of didn't focus on that. So it made us all, we're just sort of a family, and we like each other, and we like to work with each other. It's fun, and so yeah, it's an ideal situation.
And you and Mimo and Dale. So is there a chance of reuniting there, or will Connie
Um,
have another
well,
story?
he's definitely back. I think she's trying to. Uh, Mima's a very modern woman, in a place that doesn't have modern ideas generally, and she wants her freedom, and she wants, all of that. She don't want anybody to be telling her what to do, and but he's trying to rekindle things.
Mhm.
I guess she's thinking about whether she wants that or not.
That's right. That's right. And she may not, and that's fine.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I love Craig. We have such a good time together. He's uh, I just adore him. We laugh all day, and he's just wonderful to work with.
Why were you interested in pursuing acting as a career?
Why? Because I I did a play, and the woman who directed it, I was just still a kid, and she said, you got the gift, and nobody had ever told me that before, and I was like, well, that's something I should pursue. And it was a bit of a wild dream, given that I was living on a farm in rural Kentucky. Not a lot of people had those those kind of ideas.
Mhm.
But once I got a taste of it, it's all I ever wanted to do, and I've been doing it ever since.
So, and your first big break, was that in Corvette Summer, or
That was the first film that I did. Yeah.
but your first big break probably wasn't that you sort of felt like, wow, this
Well, that was
this
the
is
first
gonna be a
I
success.
Yeah, yeah, I guess so. I mean, it was my first film, and I starred in it with Mark Hamill, who had just opened in Star Wars, and it seemed like a good jumping off place.
Yeah. I one of my favorite shows of all time is Any Day Now.
Me too. Well, of course, we're a Birmingham show.
Mhm.
Um, it's my most favorite project I've ever worked on. I felt it was the most important, the closest to my heart. Um, and I just, it checked all the boxes for me.
Yeah, I spoke to Lorraine a few years ago, and she answered exactly like you did when I said that's one of my all-time favorite shows. She said mine too. And we talked, I guess it was 2017, Trump was in office. So that made for an interesting conversation also. But
Mm,
but she said that any day now is so relevant today.
so relevant. I mean, we were able to do things that nobody certainly was doing then, and n- it's not easily done now. But uh, it was really something.
It was groundbreaking.
It was groundbreaking.
It
And,
was.
you know, we were sort of the first, or one of the first cable dramas. And everybody was like, oh, you're going to work on cable? Now it's, of course, come full circle. And it's like, oh my God, you're going to work on a network show? Ew, how day, class A. So everything that goes around comes around. But it, you know, cable just, or streaming or what, now we have all these things. I can't even figure them out mostly. But that was, I guess, because we were new and everything, the Lifetime, who was our, produced us, was just completely left us alone, which was awesome. I mean, we were just really battling it out ourselves. And I mean, battling it out with big ideas, not amongst ourselves. There wasn't that, but we were all aware of what ground we wanted to break, and how to do it. And it was thrilling. It was really thrilling.
I bet racism and interracial marriage,
Uh,
just
Friendship, Fri
right friendship.
basic friendship between a white woman and a black woman. Um,
Hmm.
yeah, it was kind of everything. And it took years for that to get done, maybe 12, 15 years by the creator. She took it everywhere in town, and they kept saying, couldn't it be about two little boys? And she said, no, it can't be.
Yeah,
Um, so I was grateful for Lifetime for picking us up and supporting us as long as they could. Um, but yeah, my favorite.
yeah. Reboot maybe, I don't know. Maybe
Mm,
with Kelly, and then, coming in and with the grandchildren. I don't know. I had this in my mind. It won't
I
probably.
know, I know. I when when Obama first got in office, I went back to the creator and I said, we should really do a 2-hour movie or something,
Mhm. Yeah.
And Lifetime, of course, they changed regimes, etc., but they weren't interested in it.
Mm,
It's like, well, short-sighted of them, but there you go.
yeah. Well, I guess, of course, another show that you're greatly known for is Designing Women.
Mhm.
Um,
Another groundbreaking show
another
about
great
women in
writing.
the South.
Yeah, absolutely. I was in Viewers for Quality Television at that time.
You were.
I
Thank,
was.
thank you.
And so Harry Thomason had asked the group to
Yeah.
do a grassroots campaign, and we did the same for Katie and Lacey. But yeah, I think they had the problem of when they moved it from Monday night, and so that was
Yeah.
yeah,
That campaign was successful. It kept us on.
it was interesting, the digital age now, and interesting back then where you actually wrote old timey letters back
Yeah.
then. And hard to think of that worked, but it did. Yeah.
Well, that's what we had then.
Yeah, absolutely. What did you enjoy your time at
I
designing
did.
women?
I loved it. It was fantastic. I mean, again, it was groundbreaking. Four four white women and a black man working together equally
Mhm,
with mutual respect and etc.
mhm.
Um, I hadn't been done before.
It's true. Yeah, that's true. You've guest starred on so many TV shows, SVU and Grey's Anatomy and all that. Do you have something that's most memorable to you? A
Among
guest
those,
a guest appearance maybe on
uh,
television?
I can't remember most of them to tell you the truth. When you come in and out, uh, um, it's the hardest thing in the world to do. I only did it between more permanent gigs. Uh,
Did you have to change a little bit to get into a little Bo Peep voice?
yes, yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it takes a minute. But I love doing her too.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. So, okay, you've already told me your favorite work. Is that your favorite role to date in film and television? Any
You
day
know,
now? Or do you got another one?
uh, you know, uh, Sheldon keeps me busy, and for 10 months of the year, so I usually have a little downtime, and I haven't been in pursuit of other things. Um, just happy to do that. I have a couple of grandchildren now, and I like to leave a little space for them too. Um,
Well, does Meemaw sort of creep in there with the grandchildren?
Grandchildren,
Yeah.
um, well, uh, I think it would be really weird to be Meemaw in reality and on TV. I've tried to keep those things separate. Um, I don't know. I mean, they can. Uh, I mean, Granny's Granny.
Mhm. Well, to talk to you in person, I can see the differences, of course,
Hmm.
and maybe a little bit quieter, maybe. uh, Well,
Yeah.
yeah, a little bit shyer, maybe. Yeah.
Yes. I'm not quite as brash as Meemaw is. I think that would scare the little children. My grandchildren are very they're one is 3 months and one is a year. So
Oh,
um I I don't know. I imagine by the time they're old enough to see how very odd their granny is. Of course, my ace in the hole is the Toy Stories, or will be eventually, I think, because the children they they hear those and they get it.
mhm. I
Uh,
think I think, till you're 90 or 100, you're gonna like Toy Story. That's what I think for
uh,
every age.
I they're beautiful. I love working with the Pixar folks. They have beautiful minds, and of course, it's always nice to work with Tom Hanks.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Well, your husband and your sons are in show business, right?
They are. Yes, all but one, but he just got out of school, so that that isn't over yet. Uh,
So everybody understands everybody's hectic schedule there.
yeah, I mean, we're just circus people, We're not like the rest of the world. They'll get used to it.
Yeah. So you were talking about you have some downtime or have you got any upcoming projects or
Not
anything
yet, but I
work?
won't be free again till next April. So, um, you know,
Yeah, it took me a while to get an interview, I can tell you.
Uh,
I
yeah,
understand, I understand.
it's crazy.
I understand the schedule, and you're about to have a milestone birthday, so,
I am.
yeah, maybe I'm the first to say happy birthday to you, I don't know, but I'd like to.
Thank you so much.
Any special plans?
You know, I think I'll have dinner with my family, and that's about it.
Okay, okay.
Just gonna spend the day in quiet gratitude that I'm still alive.
That's about the way I feel. You've got about 3 years on me there, so it's shoot me an email or something and tell me how it is to get
Thank
to
I would, yeah.
to prepare myself.
It seems, yeah, I know. I'm trying to steel myself. It seems significant. Um, but hey, aren't they all just these markers of time? Uh,
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, I'm not gonna keep you any longer today. I'm sure you've got, some stuff you'd like to do, a rest maybe.
no, I'm too wicked for that. They say there's no rest for us. Um,
Thanks so much for taking the time, Annie. It
thank
was nice to
you.
meet you.
Good talking to
Been
you.
quite a fan. Nice to meet you, and, push for that reboot, will you, if you can?
I wish. I wish. I know. I mean, Lorraine and I are still very close friends, and
Mhm. She's lovely. She's
I
a really,
know. Yeah,
really nice person.
we'd love to do it. We both have apartments in New York, and we just live a few floors apart in the same
Uh,
building.
when I talked to her, she said, I think she said Annie just spent the night with her. When I was talking to her about any day now. So
Hmm.
yeah, I figured as much. That's great that you
It's
can.
like that. We vacation together.
Oh, that's nice. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
nice with close friendship like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, take care.
All
And
right. You
thanks,
too.
thanks
Thanks so
again.
much. All
Thank
right.
you, Annie. Bye bye.